Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ruben Neves transfer setback. According to the Mirror, Ruben Neves has hinted that he's made a decision on his future. He's cooled any talk of an exit, and he's revealed his excitement working alongside new Wolves boss Bruno Lage. So I think Ruben Neves is happy at Wolves. He said recently that Wolves are ready to sell Ruben Neves to Manchester United. Wolves want £35 million for Neves. He said Manchester United are leading Arsenal in the race to sign Ruben Neves. I'd certainly take Neves at Manchester United because he's well proven in the Premier League, still young, got a lot of development in him, and if he came to Man United, I think he'd replicate what he's done with Wolves. Neves has been at Wolves for 3 seasons. Wolves paid £15.8 million for him from Porto. He's made 151 appearances in the Premier League for Wolves. He's got a contract with Wolves until 2024. Wolves lost Diego Jota last year to Liverpool. Wolves have struggled without Jota. They also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. Solskjaer's priority now is to get a midfielder in. Now, you know the news on Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. Saul Niguez has a gentleman's agreement in place with Atletico Madrid, which means he could join Man United or Liverpool. We've identified Saul Niguez as a potential replacement for Paul Pogba. Atletico Madrid will sell Saul Niguez for around £40 million. The representatives of Saul Niguez will travel to the UK tomorrow to hold talks with Manchester United and Liverpool. Man United and Liverpool are going to table offers. But Saul Niguez does want to make a move to the Premier League. Saul Niguez has been a long-serving player at Atletico Madrid. He's endured 13 years with them. So he's been with them since 2008, risen up their academy. He's made over 200 appearances in the La Liga. He's got a release clause of £128 million. He's got a contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026 because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year contract with Atletico Madrid. He can be deployed as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. You know, there's a chance that he'll be our next signing in this summer transfer window. Eduardo Camavinga, we've also been linked with him. Now I'm hearing he wants to make a move to PSG. It said not so long ago that we'd been dealt a blow in our pursuit of Camavinga, because it said Camavinga's preference was a move to Spain over Man United. Fabrizio Romano did say that Man United have had direct contact with Eduardo Camavinga. He says Man United love Camavinga and were interested in him. Rennes are prepared to sell him for £30 million. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. Declan Rice. He was on our agenda, but it said Man United are now giving up on Declan Rice. We've also been linked with Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich. Fabrizio Romano has said that Rafael Varane is planning to fly to Manchester tomorrow from Madrid. Rafael Varane will have to quarantine. And Romano said the deal and the medical will be done next week. Not so long ago, Varane posted a farewell message to Real Madrid. But it got announced last Tuesday that Man United confirmed that they'd reached an agreement with Real Madrid to sign Rafael Varane. Obviously subject to a medical and player terms being finalised. Both clubs agreed an initial fee of 34 million, rises up to 43 million with add-ons. Varane has agreed a 4-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. Manchester United are doubling Rafael Varane's wages, so Man United is going to receive £250,000 a week. He is our third signing of this summer transfer window. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world, and he will exceed expectations in the Premier League. He'll go very, very well alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. Varane was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He endured 10 years with them. He made 360 appearances in all competitions. And he won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid. You know, he won like La Ligas, Champions Leagues, the Coupe de Rey, won the World Cup with France back in 2018. He's won 79 caps. So he has got a good pedigree as a player. Varane's current contract was due to expire at Real Madrid next year. Madrid did get Varane from Lens back in 2011. Varane's highly experienced, which is also beneficial. We went in for him back in 2011 under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We also went in for him back in 2018 because Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move. But as you all know now, Manchester United have to sell some players to finance more incomings. I think we're going to make at least one more signing before this summer transfer window shuts. Solskjaer did recently confirm more signings are coming. So reflecting on that, Man United are not yet finished in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did say that he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. But Man United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window. We've made 3 signings so far in this summer transfer window. Obviously we brought Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. And we also brought Rafael Varane in. Solskjaer has spent over £100 million so far in this summer transfer window. But yeah, it's good to see that Solskjaer is getting the players he wants to recommend in, and it's just good that he's getting the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. Before the summer transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget. But I do think with the signings of Sancho and Varane, that makes Manchester United title contenders for next season. Obviously, Solskjaer's ambition for the new season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. Solskjaer is aware of how big the new season's going to be for himself and Man United in general, because Solskjaer has got big expectations to exceed in the new season. He's definitely got to win a trophy at Manchester United in the new season, because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Solskjaer must also improve his decision making next season, because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United, he has been tactically naive. Next season will be Solskjaer's third full season as Man United manager, because he's endured 2 full seasons at the moment. My perception hasn't changed on Ole. I don't think he is the long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect, but I do think he does deserve at least another season. If things don't work out next season, then get rid of him. For these United fans that are Ole in, there's also United fans that are Ole out. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. I'm surprised he's still Manchester United manager, because we have endured very bad periods under him where he's been extremely close to getting sacked, and obviously we lost the Europa League final to Villarreal last season. But I think with Solskjaer being a club legend, that's what's basically saved his job. Reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job, and he's tried a few different elements. Last weekend, Solskjaer signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. So Solskjaer did sign a new 3-year contract. A lot of United fans were unhappy with us giving him this new contract, because I can assure you won't see out this new contract. Solskjaer signed a 3-year contract when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. I reckon Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson, because in certain aspects he's brought consistency back. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. In Solskjaer's first 3 months he was the interim manager, did very well as the interim manager, so that's the reason we give Solskjaer the job permanently back in March 2019. A lot of United fans though thought we'd made a mistake giving him the job permanently. Ole knew though when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite knowing the club through thick and thin, and he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. You know, I do think that Solskjaer has made good signings as Manchester United manager. You know, Solskjaer's now signed 13 players, and I think he's spent just over 400 million. You know, in the summer of 2019 he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020 he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Ighalo in on loan, but we let Ighalo go in January. Last summer Solskjaer brought Donny van de Beek in, Edison Cavani, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo, Traore and Facundo Pellistri. Pellistri's now back at Man United, but we did loan him out in January. Last summer we got 4 of those players on deadline day. And this summer transfer window so far has brought Tom Eaton in, Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane. Solskjaer has got rid of a lot of players since he's come in as well, which he knew he had to do. He said a few weeks ago that Tahith Chon agreed to join Birmingham on loan. We have loaned a few players out. Obviously some players that were loaned out have now returned. Back in January, like I mentioned, we saw Gallo go. We did loan Teden Mengi out, I think, to Derby. I think Mengi's now back with us, is he? We also loaned Jesse Lingard out, obviously, to West Ham. Obviously, Jesse Lingard's now back with us. We let Marcus Rojo go permanently. We let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go as well. So that was January, wasn't it? Not so long ago, we released Sergio Romero. We also released Joe Pereira. We did loan Diego Dalot out to Milan last season, but he's now back. We also loaned Andres Pereira out to Lazio last season, but now he's back. A lot of other players have actually left as well. Obviously, we've seen Young leave the club. We've seen Valencia leave the club. We've seen Smalling leave. Solskjaer also got rid of Darmian. He let Herrera go. I think we probably made a mistake getting rid of Herrera. Let Fellaini go back in January 2019. We also let Angel Gomez go. Let Alexis Sanchez go. We let Romelu Lukaku go. So, there you go. Solskjaer has got us to semi-finals. He got us to the Europa League final last season. I know we didn't win it, but he still got us to the final. It was his first major final as Man United manager. Got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season. Solskjaer got us second place finish last season, and in his first full season he got us a third place finish. Solskjaer's more or less giving everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. So there you go. But I do have my concerns about Ollie as well. But like I mentioned on my recent videos, when we are inconsistent and when we've been inconsistent, not all of the blame has stemmed from Solskjaer. Obviously he's been accountable for certain things. Like I said, there's certain players that have had to take responsibility during a lot of them bad periods, and there's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. It's as simple as that. And like I said, Woodward, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Woodward was obviously accountable for how poor our recruitment was for such a long time. And obviously we've overpaid for players in recent years. Woodward's leaving, isn't he? He's had a 16-year association with the club. The Glazers, a lot of United fans were demanding them out. Towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford. Solskjaer did reveal towards the end of last season that the Glazers apologised because they was planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. The Glazers have put Man United in so much debt. But to the credit, the owners have actually backed Solskjaer in this summer transfer window, which is a surprise. The Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Man United also made the right decision recommending a director of footballing, because I did say that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. Obviously we've got John Murtough as our director of football. Also Matt Judge is part of the club. He recently talked to the representatives of Camavinga, Sol Niguez and Ruben Neves. Darren Fletcher, he's also part of the club. He's had some meetings with Ollie in that. I'm expecting departures in this summer transfer window. Like I said, we've got to generate some money. Like I said, I think there's a good chance that we're going to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. You know, Williams is our third choice left back. He seldom plays for us. Alex Tellez, I think we should offload him. Phil Jones, I think we should also offload him. We have agreed to let Axel Tuanzebe go out on loan, which is the right decision. I heard that Newcastle were interested in him. Diego Dalot's got to leave as well. Andres Pereira's got to leave. I think we should also offload Matic. We should also offload Donny van der Beek. We need to offload Lingard. We need to offload Martial. I think we should offload De Gea, but I don't think we're going to. I think De Gea is going to remain at Man United for next season. Pogba could be leaving Man United in this summer transfer window. Manchester United must pay 15 million in wages to Pogba to sell up. Mini Oriola has offered Liverpool the chance to sign Paul Pogba this summer. Mini Oriola made Liverpool aware that Pogba could be signed this summer. Liverpool responded immediately and said they're not interested in getting a deal done this summer, but they may consider going for him in January. Liverpool looking for an adequate replacement for Wijnaldum. I couldn't see Pogba going to Liverpool anyway. PSG have been relentlessly linked with Pogba. PSG have held talks with Pogba's representatives. PSG are willing to offer 45 million for Pogba. Not so long ago, Pogba was discussing the personal terms with PSG. Basically, PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. I think we want 60 million for Pogba if we are to sell him in this summer transfer window. Now, Sky Sports recently said that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United, but may wait on the contract extension. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next year. Pogba recently rejected a new contract at Man United. Said the other week that Pogba rejected a new 50 million contract offer at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's set to leave this summer. Sky Sports said though that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new contract, and Solskjaer did say that Man United remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. It recently said Pogba sets decision date. He won't make a decision on his future until next summer. And Man United stars have been working hard to persuade Paul Pogba to stay. We paid 89 million for Pogba, so at the moment he's our most expensive signing, and he's enjoyed 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. Pogba produced his best performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very, very soon.